Welcome to Vietnam.
My first stop on my journey to the labs of the world is Vietnam, a country with 93 million lovely people and a one-party communist system. You can find Vietnam in Southeast Asia, east of Laos and Cambodia and south of China. The two biggest cities are Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. Vietnam has lots of beautiful culture and nature to offer, and its economy is one of the fastest growing in the world right now. I wanted to know how it feels like to be a scientist in that country, and believe me, I met very interesting people.
Okay, so I'm gonna have dog stomach and dog leg right now.
Tình yêu tuyệt vời như đóa hoa tươi, tình yêu tuyệt vời như ăn cơ hay.
1 billion Vietnam dong per kilo.
Tình yêu tuyệt vời yêu đắm như say, tình yêu tuyệt vời.
So I went to Hanoi in the north of the country, a busy city with at least 8 million people and probably as many motorbikes. The climate is quite moderate with about 20 degrees Celsius in January and 30 degrees in August. One picture that you will see here everywhere is a picture of Ho Chi Minh. He led Vietnam into the communistic independence and is seen as the Vietnamese Che Guevara or Simon Bolivar.
Okay, Ho Chi Minh is a very special person for Vietnamese. For my grandfather, my father, and for me, yes.
Is he something like the father of the nation or something
Yes,
like
the father of nation.
He died in 1969 and his body rests here in the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum in Hanoi.
When he died, my mother cried very much.
Okay, after this little sightseeing trip, it's time to meet some scientists. But maybe not with an empty stomach. And if you're interested in traditional Vietnamese lunch, then the little restaurants on the sidewalks with typical tiny plastic chairs and tables are often the best choice.
So now I'm at lunch with my friend Quang. And he introduced me to some typical Vietnamese lunch.
Yeah.
That's pork meat.
Pig meat and noodle. Put in cream sauce.
Okay. And this is what you usually have for lunch?
Yeah, one for dinner and for breakfast every day.
Okay, great. And how much is it?
How much? I don't know. It's very cheap, $2. $2.
$2 for one person.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Very good. Very good.
But I've heard about another specialty of Vietnam.
Sometimes you eat dog meat.
Yeah, sometimes it's the first day of month we don't eat dog meat because it's dog meat like we think it's unlucky.
Is it comparable to other meat?
Yeah.
Same like chicken or
No,
same like
different own meat.
own taste?
Yeah. I think you can try one time.
Yeah.
You can do this.
No, I'm really curious about dog meat, and I think I should try a restaurant. I should find a restaurant where I could try a dog. So let's see.
But the dogs have to wait, because now it's time for the lab.
Right now I'm on my way to the Agricultural Genetics Institute, but it's about 8 kilometers from here, so I have to take a taxi. But usually people don't take a taxi, they take a moto taxi. And let's see if I can find one.
Tìm lại đi hãy tìm lại cho mỗi người để ta không thấy ta như lúc này.
Moto taxi? That's exactly what I need. Good job. That's what I need. Let's go. Moto taxi is not only a way to get from A to B, it's also a good way to get around in the city. And it's cheap and it's quick. Well, bye bye. See you next time.
The Institute of Agricultural Genetics is the new 7-story tall research facility with labs that are clearly above Vietnamese standard. And like often in Vietnam, they also have a room to honor the dead.
The person who was first founded this institute, he has passed away a long time ago, and this place is for like a memorizing about him and the altar. You can see that up there. So he the founder of the institute.
What is his name?
His name is Phan Phan. Phan Phan.
At present time, we have about 420 person working here. Now we have 10 departments.
10 departments.
10 departments. Each department follow one topic.
On this floor, we have two laboratories. One is the joint Vietnam-American laboratory, which is the plant genomics and biotechnology laboratory, as you can see here. In this lab, we work mainly with soybean, and our aim is to create transgenic plants which are resistant to drought stress and insect tolerance. Yeah, so here you can see the transgenic plants at different stages. So we start from soybean seeds, and then we germinate them and do infection with agrobacterium, which carry the genes of interest, either drought resistant or insect resistance. And then from those half seeds, we regenerate the whole plants.
This department of genetic and genetic.
Okay, great.
You know this one?
Oh, what is that?
This cordyceps. Cordyceps. You know cordyceps?
No.
One kind of mushroom.
Yeah.
But it's in the martinet of China. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
You know, it's
What do you do with it?
1 billion Vietnam dong per kilo.
Wow. And what is it good for? What do you use it for?
This is very good for health. Yeah.
For health?
Yeah. It prevents the cancer, and this important thing is husband eat and the wife feel well.
And what?
Husband
the husband
eats one,
Yeah.
and his wife feel very well. You understand?
I understand. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, this very expensive mushroom. They enter in the insect, and they using the nutrient from insect, and they after that in the summer they grow the fruit body. So it means in the winter it's like a insect, but in the summer it's like a plant.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Our institute and the other institution in Vietnam has a collaborative project with Laos, Cambodia, and some has with Myanmar, for example, to work with college in that countries in certain problems like rice production, maize production, mushroom production, cassava production. We do it now. I think at the moment Malaysia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand has a quite good position in science technology in Asia because they have a long tradition for funding, long tradition for science technology. Vietnam just started development in 1990s, last century, so we have a lot of things to learn.
The only green places in the big cities are the parks. And if you want to understand Vietnamese mentality, you have to come here in the evenings. People use these open and traffic-free spaces first of all for socializing. Students hang out here after university and people do all kinds of sports. I even saw couples practicing partner dances. But there's also something else that can happen to you as a tourist in the parks. If you sit down on a bench, it will only take minutes until you are surrounded by students. Many of them didn't have English in school, and that's the way they learn it.
Speaking foreign people is very helpful to me to speak English, to study English, and because I want to study abroad study abroad, do master on chemistry. So I think I have to learn English better.
Like many students, I want to improve my English, and I want to make a friend with somebody from everywhere in the world. Yeah.
Okay. And so how often do you go there?
I go there every day. Yeah. When I finish in school, I go to Bangkok Lake.
So you must have many friends then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the institute, I was curious. I wanted to know more about the conditions for scientists in Vietnam.
The strong point of Vietnamese science is we are very flexible and well adapted, and we are willing to learn, and we are open-minded. So, and the weak point is we don't have many experience of international collaboration in scientific writing, and English is one of the big problems. And if you cannot read the paper in English, you don't know what the world of science is going in, then you're lost.
Most funded supported by government. Example, in our group have 20%, so 10% have a salary from government, and 10% I have to pay them the salary.
The average budget that you have per year?
The budget per year?
Yeah, approximately?
Yeah, maybe around 1 billion Vietnam.
1 billion?
Yeah.
So that includes the salary of all the people and the costs for all the work and lab equipment?
Yeah, that's it.
Everything is covered by 1 billion Vietnam dong?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's around 1 billion Vietnam.
Yeah.
With the salaries, it is still behind the standard for researcher if you compare to Europe or America. But we are catching up. But of course, you have to understand that the living cost is different. So, for example, it's much more expensive to live in the Europe or in America compared to Vietnam. So it's hard to get the equal salaries.
There are two kinds of permanent contracts or the temporary contracts. So as the PhD, we will promote to the permanent contracts. But the only problem is the salary. The salary is more or less above, I think, depending on the laboratory. So now I have some offer, so it's around $200 US. $200
US a month?
Yes, from 100 to $200 US per month.
I get money from home.
Okay.
My parents to pay. But in free time I have a class teaching by myself to get money, earn money by myself.
And would you tell me how much money you have per month?
Per month about 2 million per month.
2 million dong.
Yes, 2 million dong per month.
Okay.
For me, about 1 million dong, about $50.
Yeah.
But I think for me, with a baby, for 1 month, I need a minimum of $400. It's gonna be difficult because with the basic salary of $100 or $150 is not enough. So basically, people here have support from the family.
The government supporting families, so you get extra money for children?
No.
It's a problem of Vietnamese mentality. It's like in Chinese, in Japanese, in Asiatic country. So the boss is like It's like a deal, how to say?
Like God.
Yes.
So do you think what is more important, the journalist, the ability of working, or the relationship?
The relationship here is very important.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why when I come back, I don't want to work in the public institute. Even if I have some post there, I prefer to work in some international laboratory or international institute.
It is hard to say because I have never been in the industrial sector. I heard that the salaries are more attractive, but also the chance for development in research institutes are also very good. You have lots of chances for further education and training from the institute to go abroad, for example, and have lots of collaboration with international institutions.
Yeah.
So it is difficult to say which one is more attractive. So I'm quite happy with the condition right now.
Em đi trên có non một ôm đôi bờ đường đê.
From a European point of view, many things are relatively cheap in Vietnam. 12 euros for a double room, 1 euro for a beer, or 4 for a pair of flip-flops. But there's a place where only the rich people go for shopping, and this place is called supermarket. Especially milk products are uncommon in Vietnam, expensive and well protected. You easily pay 4 euros for butter or for a piece of cheese. Another rare and well protected substance is called chocolate.
Càng cua một bờ thềm xưa, nhưng em không thể quên cây cầu dừa mưa rụng gió mưa.
Another wonderful and shocking thing on the streets of Hanoi are the bird songs. Even though there is no space for trees, you can hear many birds. Vietnamese people like to hang their bird cages outside during the day to give the impression there's a little bit of nature left. At night, they'll put them all back in their flats.
Xám khói xám chừng mây hỏi rằng có phải sương mai, trăng áo trăng ai đi dối vàng bông vàng.
And there's another interesting fact about Vietnamese culture. The fashion rule number 1 for women is pale skin is beautiful. So when outside, make sure your complete body surface is covered. The whole beauty set includes a hat, a dust mask, long sleeves, gloves and socks in your flip-flops. But in the cities, not everyone is following this trend. Besides the economical progress, corruption is a huge problem in Vietnam. I was told that politicians and policemen are the last ones to trust. The press is strongly controlled by the government and also the freedom of speech is limited. Especially topics like politics you should never discuss in public. After a long day in university, nothing is better than being out on the streets, having a beer, having some nice Vietnamese food. And Yen brought me to a really nice place on the street, and let's see what we have today for dinner. Beer is always a good idea. And Yen, what is that?
It's called nem. It's called nem. Nem chua. Yes. It's I think it's a specialty Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what you can eat it? Okay. Try. So what do you do with it?
With this was inside is meat.
There's nothing inside. Oh, there's something.
Yeah.
Meat. Oh.
Yeah.
Can you show me one?
But it is fresh meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a sausage then.
Yeah.
With sauce, yeah. Okay.
It's delicious.
You like that?
Yeah, I like it. It's delicious, and you can try it.
Okay, yeah, sure, I will. Okay, in the sauce. And in my mouth.
How do you like?
It's nice. It's a bit like beefy. No beefy? because the table in Vietnam is always so very small, and you can't put all the stuff on the table. So all the stuff that you don't need, you just throw it on the floor.
In Vietnam, the scientist or the science is not really important, not really play important role. Because my father was a lecturer in university, so I was born in a scientific family, and I feel that people might interested in being a banker or architect more than being a scientist.
In the case of my institutions, I would say that women play more important role than men in science technology. In our institute, more than 60% workers, staff are women, and the women are doing very well in science technology. Women, after they pass, after they get children a little bit bigger, independent, then they are doing very well in science technology.
We can freely choose boyfriend and girlfriend, but we have to bring him to introduce to parents, and parents put some pressure on you if they like this man or they don't. Some family, if this, especially for boy, that I don't like this girl, she cannot be the wife, maybe he say, no, I cannot go further with you.
You can invite your boyfriend to sleep at home, at your home, or you can kiss your boyfriend in front of your parents, no?
You can go for dinner or something like that, but not too much. You cannot come back home too late. And for me, my parents was very strict that I don't have boyfriend until graduate university, and which for my family is unacceptable. I never come back home after 9 p.m. unless I have class at night.
The atmosphere at work is different.
Okay.
Here is more, at work is not like really work, it's more like a family at work. In France is work and that's all. And we are less strict rule about safety or something like this. In France, everything is strict, you have display everywhere, don't do that, and blah, blah. In Vietnam, family is very important, and the link between the family is very strong. In France, we want to live alone after 18 years old. Here, we live with your family until you get married or something.
European, you talk straight, and you always have clear plan, and you will follow the plan.
One of the most spectacular things in Hanoi is definitely the traffic. Cars are unaffordable for most people, and that's why everyone has a scooter. And the cool thing is, there are no rules, or let's say there's only one: go with the flow. It looks dangerous, but it's not really. On your next trip to Vietnam, make sure you buy or rent a motorbike and join the swarm.
Ở nhà mẹ dạy câu ca mang ra cho anh nghe nhé. Ở nhà mẹ dạy câu ru mang ra cho nhau ghi nhớ.
In Vietnam, there is not just one religion. Besides Buddhism, you can also find Taoism, Confucianism, Animism, and others. In any case, the veneration of the dead plays a very important role.
I believe who passed away and have affected to family. They such as my grandmother. She will continue follow us and help us in some trouble. That is belief in most of people in Vietnam. Traditional.
Hoài trên phố bỗng thấy mình chẳng nhớ nổi một con.
Okay guys, of course there is no science documentary without a self-experiment. And today we have a special dish and that's the delicious food, the most delicious food of Vietnam. And guess what it is? It's an animal that had a name before. It's dog. This restaurant is a special dog meat restaurant, and of course I wanted to check the kitchen. I only saw more or less normal looking meat parts. But it doesn't matter what your eyes see, it matters what your brain knows. So that's the table. That's the dog?
Dog with green dog.
Grilled dog. And this?
Sausage.
Sausage?
Yeah, sausage from dog.
Sausage, dog sausage?
Dog sausage.
And what kind of meat is it?
What kind of meat?
So which parts of the dog?
I think it's stomach.
Dog stomach?
Or from leg.
Leg. Okay, so I'm gonna have dog stomach and dog leg right now.
Can eat dog meat with leaf
apricot leaf.
Yeah, apricot leaf and put in salt shrimp.
Yeah.
And eat.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. I'm ready for my first dog. Apricot leaf. Hey Rex, how are you doing?
Good.
My head, I'm thinking about all the nice, cute dogs now. So, dog meat tastes like dog meat. It's not comparable with other meats. The only way to find out, you have to try yourself.
Tình yêu tuyệt vời như đóa hoa tươi, tình yêu tuyệt vời như áng thơ hay, tình yêu tuyệt vời như áng mây bay, tình yêu tuyệt vời yêu đắm như say.
Australia, Americas, Germany.
United States.
See, Japan and America are really good condition.
UK or Germany or USA?
China. Chinese. Yeah. Because they are bigger and I must understand them.
Deutsch.
Spanish. Yes.
French.
German. Yes.
Yes, I thought about it before, but actually I went back to marry a Vietnamese girl.
No.
Okay.
Yes. My partner is foreigner.
Vietnamese. Yes.
Okay.
Arsenal.
AC Milan.
Bayern Munich. Yes.
Maybe Manchester United because there's many handsome.
Okay, now I think I have a little bit of an idea about a Vietnamese science life. There's only one question that remains.
The biggest award for scientists, especially in agriculture area, is to bring something to farmers. And you see your result of your work in farmers' field. This will bring benefit to farmers, poor farmers. Then the happiness of farmers is the happiness of agriculture scientists.
I'm sure that we are doing very well, better and better each day, because there are many scientists, Vietnamese scientists, being trained outside in America, in Australia, in Europe, and many of them are coming back to Vietnam.
But to achieve this, we have to overcome quite a lot. Human resources, infrastructure, mechanism of investment, quite a lot of challenges we have to overcome.
But with a huge economical growth rate that will also affect science and the curious and open Vietnamese mentality, I am not worried about the future of science in this country. And until then, people will make the best out of it, no matter how high the flood rises.
On my last day in Hanoi, Quang again invited me for dinner, and we have really tasty tongue of a duck. And before enjoying that, I just want to say thanks again to Vietnam. I met lots of really nice scientists that helped me a lot, and again, felt the pleasure that science is just a big family, and everyone is helping me and treated me like a colleague. So, thanks again, have a good time, and see you again in Vietnam.
Essentially the nuclei of the cells.
Today I was feeling cold.
There is a huge gap between rich people and poor people.
I think if you're a PhD student, it is practically impossible to get a postdoc position in the country.
You can find here lots of fresh avocados.
I am an optimist, and I hope things can change.
And I see younger people coming back, very enthusiastic, and I think they'll start to change things.